While Theresa May faces scrutiny at home, EU leaders from across the bloc were keen to show their support for the much-discussed deal. Well, German Chancellor Angela Merkel told reporters in Berlin that she was happy with the deal and warned of the consequences of taking it back to the negotiating table.
We now have a document on the table that Britain and the EU 27 have agreed to. So for me, there is no question at the moment whether we negotiate further. Both negotiating partners went home with the understanding that this is the possibility of an exit deal.
And while a spokesman for the French government also supported the text, they remained cautious.
We see it as an encouraging sign, considering what we've seen in the last weeks and months. But we obviously remain very cautious. We will take the time to examine the proposed text in detail, and there will be an agreement once the EU heads of state and governments have had the opportunity to examine the details of this proposed deal.
Well, joining us live now from Paris with more analysis is European affairs journalist Stefan de Vries. Stefan, how worried are EU leaders?
Well, pretty worried, and we just saw the reactions of France and Germany, and they were pretty low-key compared to the drama and chaos yesterday in London. So, of course, for the European leaders, this is the final deal, the 585 pages of the agreement, and there will be no further negotiations. Of course, they are very worried about the position of Theresa May, the Prime Minister with whom they have dealt for the last 2 years since Brexit. So they're very concerned about Theresa May because, well, it's not even sure that she will make the end of this very day. But of course, what's the alternative? There may be new elections, there may be Jeremy Corbyn as a Prime Minister, or maybe even Jacob Rees-Mogg. All prospects that the European Union leaders are not really happy about. So they are keeping calm, they support the deal that's there now on the table, but at the same time they're very, very worried about the situation in Westminster.
But Stefan, you can only imagine that preparations for a no deal must also be gaining momentum in the EU as well.
Yes, absolutely. Several countries have already been preparing for a no deal. Countries like the Netherlands or Belgium or France have been hiring hundreds and hundreds of extra custom officers to be able to make the checks, the goods checks after the 29th of March. And there will also be a summit to discuss this deal, a European summit in Brussels next Sunday, next week on the 25th of November. And this summit will go on whether the UK will accept the deal or not, because the European leaders need to prepare contingency plans. They need to get prepared for the 29th of March, the day that there may be no deal. And let's not forget, today it's Friday, the 29th of March is also Friday, and that's in just 19 weeks from now. So the road is very short, but the problems are huge.